వ్యూస్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి, మా వీడియోలను లైక్ చేయండి.
Good morning to you all. Very happy New Year to you. About 3-4 weeks back, I think we were having some carnival in our campus. I was walking back home after taking some window shopping stroll, and Radhalakshmi met me. And uncle, I want to come to your house. And I didn't know the purpose for which she was coming. She came to the house and she said she is thinking of organizing some meditation session. Then there was some exchange of views between Lakshmi Madam and Ranti. I thought they will call somebody to organize a meditation session here. And after some deliberation, it turned out to be that I should be the speaker on meditation. As Gandhi Garu said, I am well versed with medication, not meditation. Anyway, then I said, it may not be meditation. I may not be getting a guided meditation session done. What I can say is how to manage our mind. And my life experiences as to what challenges life has thrown to me and how I managed my mind. So it can be anything. I might have gone to Reiki healing, I might have gone to ISKCON, I might have gone to Brahma Kumaris or AOL or anything. But how, what helped me in what stage? I said that way I can share my experiences. That is why then I think she aptly titled it Managing Our Mind, the Experiences and the Meditation, of course. So the meditation part I leave it to Lakshmi Madam to do it. What I will do is in the 45 minutes that is given to me, I will share few of my experiences and what help I have taken from which source. It can be a person, it can be a people, it can be some music or it can be something else. That's how I am the speaker today. Then of course the sponsoring part, she said, I think she was deliberating how to organize it and said when we are organizing, it should be proper and we should have a post-event lunch also. So we tried to organize a simple lunch. I said I will take the responsibility of that lunch. And of course, she said she will take the responsibility of taking the premises and all that. That is how we are all here today. And for a meditation or managing the mind session, so many people coming and making the hall almost full, I am really thrilled. But of course, I told her, if only 10 people are coming also, I don't mind speaking to the 10 people. I don't require a full house. We are used to it in our conferences. Most of the people after the inaugural session, they keep going for shopping only. So after that introduction, let me start my presentation. Because most of us, we are always in doubt whether brain is mind or there is something else as mind. In fact, there is a neurosurgeon, Dr. Alexander. He went through this experience. He suddenly went into coma one day. He himself is a neurosurgeon. He went into a coma one day. And the treating doctors almost gave up. They thought that Alexander will be no more. But miraculously, after 10 days of coma, he came out of it. And after coming out of it, he gave them peculiar experiences. He wrote a book on that also. They are all something like near-death experiences. And he went on to say that mind is something else and it is not the brain. Probably to summarize it, what he says is brain is probably the hardware and mind is the software. That's what he said. Then after that, many people, some people agreed with him, some people did not agree with him. They have done some research, many papers were published. But now they came to the conclusion, mind is something other than the brain. And that is where thoughts are generated, and these thoughts are perennially disturbing us. So when you got this flyer that you are having a program of managing our mind, your mind must have told you whether to go for this or go to Durandar. Durandar may be a better option also. But
we don't mind.
You don't mind this. So all those who thought that let us give a try to this and let us listen to what they are speaking about managing the mind. That is why those who wanted to try, they came here. They told the mind that we are going there and don't disturb us with other clutter. Then meditation. Meditation is achieving mental clarity, emotional calm and overall well-being. Everybody describes it in their own way. There are all several gurus who taught the meditation. That banner will not be sufficient. There are plenty of gurus who told about meditation. But of course, this part I leave it to Lakshmi Madam to cover it and take you through a short guided meditation session also. Then this word also you must have heard, mindfulness. And mindfulness is the state of the mind after one goes through the meditation. That is, you are controlling your thoughts, you are able to balance your thoughts. Now coming to what my mind did to me and the battle that I am having with my mind even today. I wanted to cover, in the time given to me, I wanted to cover these things. How I went through my MBBS admission, then what I did about the post-graduation, then there was a gap between my employment and the graduation, then why I joined army and what was the challenge in joining the army. And army throws every day there is a challenge if you are serving in the army. After retiring from army, what am I doing, how am I doing and what the mind is doing with me even today. I selected these areas to tell you how my mind disturbed me and how I succeeded in controlling the mind. Those who are counting the 45 minutes should give a discount for this. Of course, that is the... I am not putting any text on my slides. I just wanted to put some pictures only. Every picture has a story and I wanted to narrate the story. Those pictures will remind me what story I have to tell. So I studied in multipurpose school. That is class 12. Nowadays you have 10 and 12, but only exam we had was public exam was only in 12. And those days, 66, 67, the seats in medical college are given based on the marks that you get in physical science and biological science. And I was motivated by a family member, my uncle, paternal uncle, who is a professor of medicine, and that is how from the school days I thought I wanted to join the army. Join the medicine. So when the result came, my marks came to us. Since I wanted to do medicine only, I just applied for medicine. Then there was the lot of parental pressure, and the college those days used to have only 100 seats or 150 seats. Vyus Medical College used to have 150 seats, and SVMC had only 100 seats. And there are reservations and all. After that, you are left with only maybe 30 seats or 40 seats. As per the merit, if you are in those 30, 40, you will get the seat, otherwise you don't get the seat. In the multipurpose thing, I was also having maths and I am strong in maths. I can apply for engineering also. As well, like today, there is no bifurcation between MPC and BPC. You can apply for both. So, my father asked me to apply for engineering. And in fact, they made me write the IIT exam. I can say the secret that first day I appeared for the IIT entrance exam and second day I bombed it. So, now, those days the mind was not troubling us much because the family pressure will be there. Why you have not written the IIT entrance exam? Why you have not applied for the engineering college? And people told me that you, with your marks, you may get the seat, you may not get the seat. You at least apply for graduation, BSc. If you don't get the seat in medicine, you will go to BSc. But I was adamant, I don't know. My mind was telling me, apply only for medicine. I applied only for medicine and waited for that. Then my grandmother supported me. She said, don't put any pressure on him. If he is not interested in BSc or engineering, let him not apply. I will put him in those days typewriting and shorthand, there are plenty of institutes used to be there. So this year he will learn typewriting and shorthand. I enjoyed that. That grandmother's support probably overlooked, and of course I had to get that seat. Then now I have to believe in destiny only. I got the seat. When they made the merit list, they came. My uncle inquired, and when the merit list was finally made, he got the news that I am crossing the list. So all the tensions were written off. But I was telling that I have taken a decision, and I was being disturbed by surrounding people, maybe family, maybe friends. It happens to us when we when we are going through the situation, when somebody knows about it, the third person keeps telling his advice. Why are you doing it? But don't do that and do this. I was adamant, but finally, all is well that ends well, I got the seat. So, I did my medicine in Tirupati. I had another problem also. While doing the medicine in the college, I was also into extracurricular activities, not only focusing on the professional part. So, initial, we have three parts, part 1, part 2 and part 3, MBBS. Nowadays the syllabus and structure are changed. When I appeared for the part 1, I was a university topper. But when I went to the part 3, I was not a topper. So, I was disappointed. I was disappointed with the result. Maybe because I have to accept, maybe my focus has diminished or some, whatever are the factors is immaterial. I lost faith in God. I don't know, it just occurred to me that I lost faith in God. After my final exams in MBBS, my parents were undertaking a trip to Rameswaram. I said, I am not going to come to Rameswaram. And there was a cousin of mine staying in Tuticorin. We visited him. I stayed back in Tuticorin. I didn't want to go to Rameswaram. All the time the thoughts in my mind are that God did not help me. So I stopped going to temples. Earlier, as a student in the school as well as in the college, I used to go in the morning to the puja room, do some prayer and all that. But I stopped all that. I became something like an atheist. So that is why the mind tells me like that, and why now I surrendered to the mind only, because my mind told me that God did not help you, and that is why you did not do well in part 3. So that was the phase. But slowly I came out of it. Then I have to apply for post-graduation. Because of my lower performance, underperforming in the part 3, I wanted to do only medicine, general medicine as a post graduation. There also I was adamant like that. I got a seat in pediatrics, I didn't do it. I got in radiology, I didn't do it. I got in biochemistry, I didn't do it. I got a seat in JIPMER, but there also because I did not get general medicine, I didn't go for it. That is where there was a gap between my employment and this. But throughout this phase, I was disturbed, but disturbed with myself only. But there, at that stage, I was happy that I am now anti-God. That is a peculiar state of mind during that period. So probably the thought process of being anti-God, the Maoist feelings or whatever. So I was feeling that was giving me strength, I think, and I have delayed applying for jobs. Finally, then you keep getting suggestions from plenty of people. So I applied for a job, for which I had to write a all India entrance exam, and I went to the DRDO. Gandhi sir knows Defense Research and Development Organization. Sir also knows. I went as a medical officer there. I am a medical officer under DGFMS, Director General Armed Forces Medical Services, but I am not in the army uniform at that stage. When I am posted to Dehradun in IRD, there is only an outpatient department and there are unions there. Union people come and tell me that my child at home is having this problem, you write medicines. My mother is having this problem, my father is having, it is all proxy medication. I told the director, how can I prescribe like that? Director says, no, you don't create any issues in the union. Some of you have served in the companies and all that, you know the powers of the union and all that. Again, I started getting frustrated as to why I came for that job. Then I was interacting. Our patients, they are entitled to, they are civil defense employees. If there is an emergency, they are entitled to get admitted in the military hospital. So I was interacting with the people in the military hospital at that time in Dehradun. So the uniform gave some attraction to me. But here I have to give a flashback. When we completed the medicine, those days there was, for entry into army, there was no selection, writing the exam and interviews, all those things were not there. A panel from the army, they come to the college, like campus recruitment. My principal asked me there is a panel coming tomorrow, they will take you into army, you apply for the interview. I said, I don't want to join army. The principal told me, they are asking us a recommendation, we have selected 3 people, you are the 4th one. If we give the recommendation, they are not going to ask you any questions. You will get selected, you appear for that interview. I said, I am not interested at all. Why are you asking me to go for army? Now here, I would have joined army in 1972 had I gone for that interview. I didn't go for that. Tried for PG. Didn't join the PG which I got. Then in 1982, when I am with DRDO, I got attracted to the uniform and I joined army in 1982. At that time, I had to write a entrance exam. If you are shortlisted in the entrance exam, then you will have to appear for clinicals in Army Hospital Delhi, where you are given a long case, short case and all that. After that, you go for a viva in the army headquarters. You go through all this drill and then I got selected. I went for the medical examination. Before you join the army, most of the government jobs also you have to pre-employment medical checkup will be there. I went there. The medical specialist told me, "You are a stupid," he said. I said, "Why? What is your age? And when you should have joined? When did you complete medicine? When should you have joined the army? Why are you joining now?" These are my batchmates who joined army at that time, 1972. They are 10 years senior to me. They are already in the third rank because the rank matters, the seniority matters. They are already in the major's rank. You are now joining as a captain, and mind you, even if you at that age, you are not given permanent commission because I was 30 plus at that time. Before 30 only, if you join the army, you will be given permanent commission, which entitles you for a pension, post retirement, and all that. But I will be given only a short service commission, which is of 5 years, extendable by another 5 years. So he told me that, he told me, "Geeta, I am telling, I am declaring you unfit. As it is, you are unfit because you are underweight. So I have to write that. So you will get 6 months time for appearing for a re-medical examination. If at that time, if your weight picks up, I will declare you fit and you will join. But you are getting 6 months time. Better have better sense and you don't join army," he said. So I did give a thought. He declared me unfit. They call it temporarily unfit. He declared me temporarily unfit because of weight. After 6 months, I got the 6 months time to think about it. Then I took the help of astrology. That's what my mind told me. So astrologer, my father is an astrologer. He is no longer here, but he was an astrologer. So I told my father. Of course, he gave me a good portion because you were not disciplined when you joined the medicine, and you didn't get into you got PG seats, you threw them away and all that. This is the result of all your indiscipline. So I told him I listened to all that. Then I said, "You tell me whether I should join the army or not, because they will give me only short service commission, and I am also junior to my own classmates." So I don't know what he saw in this thing. He said, "You join the army, but you will get permanent commission." So that gave me some hope, because rules definitely say that I am not entitled for permanent commission. They have to bend the rules and give me permanent commission. But he said, you will get permanent commission, you join. I don't know. Just to encourage me to join the army, he might have told that you will get permanent commission or not. That I don't know. I didn't argue with him. I didn't have the guts to argue with him. So I took that help and appeared for the re-medical examination. The same medical specialist was there, VP Taneja. He told me, "Well, you have come again. I thought you will come out of your stupidity, but 6 months you continued to be like that and you came back." I said, "Sir, I have no option. I want to join the army and face the music." Then he found that I am still underweight. Then I said, "When you are serious about joining the army, when I already told you that you are underweight, you should have drank some." Akila is here, the dietitian. "You should have drank some 2-3 liters of water, ate 3-4 bananas. That will increase your weight." Did someone advise you or not? I said, "No one advised me." I was going through this frustration of the Gita you taught me in my last visit. So I finally decided to join and I just came like that. Then he said, "Okay, I believe there is a concession of if you are more than 10% less, you are unfit." So he said, "I will put your weight as within 10% and you join." I declare you fit. This medical examination took place in military hospital Dehradun. First medical examination took place in Delhi. The second one took place in Dehradun. The same place I had to go. After the medical exam report went, the placement also came there. I was posted in MS Dehradun. But after joining the MS Dehradun, this medical specialist used to have classes at 7:30 in the morning. The hospital starts at 8 o'clock. 7:30 to 8:30, he will conduct a class. Whether one person comes or two people come, he announces that today's topic will be chronic liver disease or diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes mellitus or whatever. He gives the topic, you have to prepare, come and listen to it. I was staying about 10 kilometers away from military hospital Dehradun, but I was not having my own vehicle at that time. I used to take a public transport and go there. He got impressed with me. So, that in fact, he said that you have so much of clinical acumen and an aptitude. Why did you not join army earlier? Because our tenure was only short-lived. I had to be posted out and I had to go to Lucknow. This is the training at which that we'll have to undergo this training. So this is that initial training after joining the army. Of course, these are if you go straight away at the age of 22 or 23, things are easy to do that. You have to do a 9 feet jump, you have to do a rope climbing, you have to run 5 kilometers with a weight on the back. Yeah. So those things were difficult, but I had to go through all the drill. But there I did not get a challenge. I was telling myself that I will have to go through it because I have to be in the army only to be posted to a hospital atmosphere and do some post-graduation there if possible. Then I got, first posting was in J&K. That is the Indo-Pakistan border. Those were 82 to 86 I was in J&K. You must be hearing in the news, Poonch Rajouri sector. And that sector always used to be problematic. We daily hear of border, cross-border firing and all that. But I got used to it. One thing that I had to do was, there is a lot of free time, 8 to 2. After 2 o'clock, till evening games time, there is a free time. And for games are compulsory, you will have to go in the games period also for playing or sit in your office only. So I was not going for games, I used to sit in the office only. And that is the time, I was a reader earlier also, but I took to writing at that time. And staying away from the family, in the border areas and countering the workplace challenges. This writing helped me to come out of it. I used to subscribe for several newspapers, get the newspapers. Those days the communication is not that fast as it is today. Go through the newspapers, react on the news items that are coming, write back to the papers, and articles were getting published. So that became a diversion from the environment in which I have to survive. So that is where we get diverted and we succumb to, if the mind gives us some other idea, we may succumb to it. I never used to stay in I was a teetotaler, I never used to stay in the mess, go for drinking and all that. But all my colleagues in the army used to do that. Because that is a diversion for them from the stresses of the workplace environment in those places. But I took to writing at that time, and that became a strength in the latter days. From 83 I started writing, and that continued up to 2004. After 2004 I did not find time for writing, and I was not writing much. This was another challenge while I was serving in the J&K border only. I had to go through this 76 kilometers. Pirpanjal ranges are 15,000 feet height. So through those ranges I have to go with the people. But there I used to tell him it was physically difficult, mentally also it is challenging. But I used to tell myself that all these Jawans are have going on this patrol, and for their sake I will have to go. Because they feel motivated that the medical officer is there. If really something happens, some mishap happens, I may not be able to do something, whatever medicines that I am carrying. But looking at the Jawans and their hardships that they are undergoing, that became a motivation for me that I have to undergo all that. Of course, we used to interact with the terrorists also. There were several challenges that way in that area, but that I am not covering here. That we can take as a separate session. Thereafter, we came to the peace posting. When we come for the peace posting, we will be like this with different dresses and all. Again, then I got posted to Patiala. Those days, post that Golden Temple issue, the Khalistan movement was there, and even Patiala, Punjab and other things were disturbed. But there, I was posted in, I was working in the MS Patiala as well as a field ambulance, where there I had to go through this for a stay in the desert for 60 days. And to reach that place, we'll have to take a train, and there was an incident 7 days before we took the journey. The train in the night at one of the places was attacked, and they went for random shooting, and one full compartment of people were shot dead. I have to go through the same track by the same train just 7 days later. So, first time the CO told me that you will have to go for this. So, the first thought came is that incident happened. It may happen to us also. But I will have to counter myself only. So again, I had to tell myself that all the Jawans are also going, I am going with them. We have to leave it to destiny. If something has to happen, it will happen. But there was a mental challenge. I cannot ask them. Yeah, it is not soldier-like. If I go and ask them, I don't want to go on this trip, you send me for some other duty. I cannot ask them also. So I had to go through that. So then I reached the desert area. This is my residence for 60 days. So having gone there, initially I thought before going there, we don't know that we will have to stay in a tent only. I thought that in a nearby building we will be given some accommodation and we can have some basic comforts there. But it was not so, and I went there. The first day the tent was shown to me, the local Sudha Major, we call him, he came and he told me that this is the residence, you will have to stay here. He also told me, sir, when you are sleeping in the night, you may hear some sounds, but don't get up and don't put your feet on the ground. I said, why? Sir, snakes keep going through the tent. Thereafter, you can imagine my plight on the first night. I was waiting for the snake and the sound. But anyway, I don't know. I have spent the 60 days and survived the snakes. But I don't know whether really snakes have crawled beneath that tarpaulin or whatever they have had for the floor on the tent and all. But I did survive that. This is my office. There is nothing like that because all these Jawans went for training in the artillery gun training will be there for them in the desert area, and the temperatures will be very high. It will touch 50 degrees also, and we used to have deaths. On the spot, people used to die also. But for all of them, they have the confidence that we have a doctor here. But this doctor with this setup of an MI room, what will he do? My next hospital, military hospital, is 60 kilometers away. Suratgarh. This place is called Mahajan. From Mahajan, Suratgarh is 60 kilometers away. Something happens, I had to transfer some people there. But initially we can only give them some IV line I can put and then carry him in the, we have an ambulance. That is the only support that I have. Put him in the ambulance, accompany him and go to Suratgarh and admit. But this is how, all this you are used to daily comforts in AC rooms and all that. But this is the hardship and mind will not accept it. And mind will tell you not to accept it also. So this becomes a challenge. This is the famous Indira Gandhi Canal. Actually, strategically, when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, for the Indo-Pak, it runs through the Indo-Pak border. For the Pakistan people not to, their war troops not to cross the area, she has constructed this Indira Gandhi Canal. We don't know what this water is used for in the entire stretch, but this is the only water available. Today I think you are supplied with some Kinley bottles and all that. I don't know whether they are given you or not. But there I had to survive on this water only for those 60 days. But God takes care of it, I think. Of course, I was by then neutral to God. Earlier I was anti-God. So God takes care of it, and honestly I didn't have any health issue. But we were using the same water. I asked the cook, which water are you using for it? Sir, I take the same water and use it for cooking. So when I am heating it, all the bacteria that are there will get killed. He gave me that confidence. Anyway, there is no other choice. I will have to eat that food only because we are in between the desert and desert and deep sea. Then by that time, I finished that, I told you I joined as the short service officer. You have 5 years tenure extendable to another 5 years, that is 10 years. So that is a break time. After 10 years, the continuity is not given. If continuity is given, it will become 20 years, and if it is 20 years, the government has to give you pension. So they, perforce they say that you will have to take a break. But by that time I was thinking that I will get absorbed into some private hospital or another government, state government job or something. So I thought of doing that. But again I had to go to an astrologer at that time. He told me that, again I went to my father only. This is the break time. You told me that I will get permanent commission, and I did not get permanent commission. Now the 10 years is over. I will have to perforce take a break. He said, you go for the second term. So, of course, I did try getting into something. I went to Ranbaxy. Somebody told me to go to Ranbaxy. Ranbaxy told me that we'll give you some 8,000 rupees salary. We'll put you in a clinic in Chandigarh. We are coming up with a hospital in Mohali. When the hospital comes up, we will take you into that hospital. But of course, after I did not take up that job. I didn't like it because he said Ranbaxy is thinking of constructing a private hospital, but they may construct, they may not construct. So I didn't want to take that risk, so I didn't join. But that hospital is nothing but Fortis Hospital. Had I joined, I would have been in Fortis. Anyway, there is something else for me, so I will take that decision. So I had to join army again. I applied for continuation. I got the second tenure. Once I got the second tenure, I got posted to the ordnance center here only. I was in Hyderabad during that time, 93. Subedar Fraser, you see that name there, why I have written that. He is our head clerk in the AOC center. He came to me one day, sir, I got my posting, I am posted to Doda. Doda Bhaderwa is very hot those days. Op Rakshak was the the attack was launched by Indian Army and lot of militancy was happening there. So he said, sir, I am afraid of serving in that area. You know the commandant. You tell the commandant and request him to not to cancel the posting and give me a posting somewhere else. So I went to the commandant and I told the commandant I am not recommending it, but he has his own reservations. He has some family commitments. I didn't say that he is afraid of going to the Oprakshak area. So, if you don't mind, you tell the records people to change his posting. Subedar Fraser got the posting changed. And 6 months afterwards, I got my posting. And my posting was to the same place. I have posted to Oprakshak. They told me a place, the place name, because we get it in a coded this thing only. You are posted to, the unit name will be there and they say care of 56 APO or care of 99 APO. We will not know till the organization sends us a letter, we don't know where we have to report. I got somebody, I was inquiring where is this Assam Rifles, and they told me it is in Udaipur. So I wanted to jump because I will be in Udaipur, Rajasthan. Then they told me they are not in Rajasthan, this Udaipur is in Tripura. Then I thought, okay, Tripura may be okay because it is J&K which is on fire now and it is not Tripura. But they told me their location is Tripura, but they are now posted in Bhaderwa, Doda Bhaderwa sector under Oprakshak. Anyway, I had no choice. I can't, like Subedar Fraser, I can't go to somebody and ask them for a different posting. I went there. That was a Saturday morning. My helper came to my house and he told me, sir, Subedar Fraser ka death ho gaya. I was shocked. I said, what happened to Fraser? He had to run that mandatory annual test of running the 5 kilometers. He was running the 5 kilometers in the center only, and at the end point he collapsed and died. Even the CPR was done at that spot only, but that could not help him, and Subedar Fraser is no more, he said. So I was really shocked. And the thought also came to me, Fraser was afraid of going to Oprakshak and he wanted to be here in the peace area. But there he was afraid of the bullets and here something else had struck him. Anyway, I moved to Bhaderwa. Well, these are all the picture is not here now, it's a very old one, and those days we didn't have these beautiful cameras which we have in our mobile today. The day I reported there, like in the desert area, this is the room given to me. Again, the JCO came to me, who received me and said, sir, I reached in the evening time. It was actually, I can't describe how that area is and all. We go with armed protection and all. There is a vehicle with so many Jawans with the weapons, and my own vehicle also there will be a Jawan with another Jawan will be there with the weapon and all that. After reaching that place, he said, sir, this is your residence. That wall which you are seeing, on that I found some holes. I think the holes are not clear in this picture. So I asked him what these holes are. These are nothing, only last week somebody fired So, so those bullets have gone there, sir. These 3 holes are belong to those 3 bullets. I said, what happened to the person who is sleeping here? Sir? He is safe only because they missed the target. So you don't worry, sir, because only last week they tried, so now they may not try. Anyway, I cannot apply for change of accommodation also. All the hutments will be like that only, and if I am destined for a bullet, I will have to eat it. Anyway, I was not destined for the bullet, and I am telling you the story today this morning.
God once again saved you.
Huh?
God once again saved you.
Yeah. Now I should become pro-God. But the point is the state of mind, The mind gave me several challenges at that time. And I don't have the tools also to run somewhere. We are in that border area and all that. It requires you to get over and tell your mind that don't disturb me with those thoughts that bullets will be coming in the night or something like that. You should be prepared that, okay, if the bullet is coming, if it is going to hit me, it will hit me, otherwise it will hit the same thing and I can take a picture of it and keep as a souvenir. Then, anyway, that was the highlight of that tenure was, during that tenure, my commanding officer, he saw me and my work and my dedication, and he said, why is army not giving you the permanent commission? I said, the rules don't permit that I should get a permanent commission. He said, he used to call me Bade Bhai. He said, Bade Bhai, I know somebody in the ministry, I will talk to them. So, I don't know with whom he spoke or what happened. Government has released a letter that all those officers who are serving in the army, who are not eligible for permanent commission because of their age, are given a one-time sanction to appear for an interview. So, I appeared for the interview. While in that posting only, I became a permanent officer. So, my father's prediction came true that I will get permanent commission. This is actually defying the normal government norms also. I was tense during that time also. They may refuse the permanent commission. There is no guarantee that all of us who appeared for that did not get it also. Only a couple of us got it, and I was lucky that I got permanent commission. Then I got posted to recruitment, army recruitment. You must have heard here also there is a recruitment office. And army recruitment threatens you like anything. If you have the temptation, you can take money for recruitment and things like that. Why I put this newspaper is, while serving in that, some of the recruiting officers, I was in the Lucknow zone, and there are 9 recruiting offices in Uttar Pradesh, and headquarters is at Lucknow. This newspaper has carried the names of medical officers who are caught with that taking the bribe from somebody for recruiting them. They had all those proofs, and in that newspaper they included my name. So I was shocked. I told my CEO that I don't want that my name should be like this. I want to go to Lucknow and meet the journal officer. He did give me the interview, but he told me that I can do nothing about it. If you are not taken the bribe, why are you worried? I said, why should my name be there? The name is there, I don't know what effect it will have. But he didn't accept it. He said, I don't know whether he is a part of it also. Nowadays we hear stories of several things like that. But he didn't accept. What I did was, I just wrote a letter to him, official letter to him, with a copy to army headquarters, that unnecessarily my name has been dropped into it, and The story is published in Amar Vijala that we are all involved in that scam, the corruption. Of course, after writing it, I thought I am safe. Of course, even then, if the army headquarters wants to have an inquiry, I will have to go through that inquiry. But I found after 3-4 years later, the medical officers whose names were in that newspaper, they were still serving happily, they got their promotions also. So don't ask me who was responsible for that corruption or whatever. During that phase, in the recruitment phase only, I went to Allahabad. I was posted there for some recruitment in Allahabad. I was staying in the officers' mess there. At lunchtime, I found one girl came there and she went into a room. That room was closed and she was there for sitting there for half an hour to 45 minutes. And then I asked the Mesauda as to what is she doing and why is she coming. I found her coming every day in the afternoon. Then he said, sir, wo prayer karta hai. Then when she came out, on the third day I asked her, so what is it that you are doing? She said, my mother is suffering from cancer. I am doing Reiki. I didn't know what Reiki is. I never read about Reiki and I didn't know what it is. I said, what is it? She says it is sending vibrations only, healing vibrations, and that gives some kind of relief from pain at least to my mother. I just heard about it and left it. I did not come back and Google it and find out also what is Reiki. Then I got posted from there I went to Batinda. I was the registrar of a 300-bed hospital there. One day I got a call from the general officer. He said, my wife wants to talk to you. So I spoke to her. She says, there is a patient in your ICU and there is a Reiki grandmaster known to me. You allow her to go to your ICU and give some healing vibrations to that patient. The ICU, although I am the registrar of the hospital, the ICU protocol is maintained by the anesthetist. So I have to tell the anesthetist I can't say no to the general officer's wife also. And although I heard about the Reiki vibrations, I didn't know how it will be done, what she will be doing and all that. I told the anesthetist, Colonel Sani was there. He told me, sir, I don't allow anyone into the ICU. And if the general officer is asking for it, tell him that these are our protocols and we don't allow. I can't tell the general officer that I can't do it, Then I told Sani, you leave it to me. The responsibility of that patient is mine now. And you don't interfere in that. And let her come and I will be there in the ICU. So I told the general officer's wife, okay madam, you can send her. She came and she sat there. She did not go to the patient also. She asked me who is the patient, I showed the patient. Then she, at a distance, they are all not like our hospital ICU, they are different cubicles. She sat there opposite to the bed. She wanted a chair and she sat there, she closed her eyes and she was doing something. Anyway, I was only present for the sake of my anesthetist who is in charge of the ICU. So, after that she went away. Later, the general officer's wife told me that we want a room in your hospital where this Reiki grandmaster will be coming and sitting, and all those people who are having stress-related issues and psychological issues, the Jawans or Jawans families and all, they can be sent to her and she will do the healing. That is how we got introduced to Reiki. I told my wife, she went and spoke to that Reiki grandmaster. that is where her initiation has taken place as a Reiki master. We started doing the same healing practice, the distance healing, and then imparting the Reiki training to others and all that. That is why we got introduced to Reiki, and we did find some results. In fact, there is one individual sitting here who has taken the help of the vibrations. If time permits, she may tell the story afterwards, provided I leave the mic. Then I went to, from there I went to Pathankot. In Pathankot, in fact there we got introduced to a Reiki master. And that is where Lakshmi Madam became the Reiki Grandmaster, and she started doing the healing and all that. Okay, this is a forward medical store depot. And here the one funny thing is, when I got posted to this, the purchase of medicines, Anil is here, he knows about the pharmacy and purchase of medicines, medical equipment and all that. There is a lot of, there is scope for corruption in those things. We hear a lot of stories. Lot of commanding officers of medical store depots have been court-martialed. They were caught in taking the bribes and all that. I didn't want to go there. So I went to this Reiki master who gave her this the training and all that. And I told her, you do Reiki for me, that my posting gets cancelled. So then she said she will do the Reiki. I was hoping that Reiki will get my posting order cancelled. I applied for cancellation. I went to Army headquarters. I met the Director General. The Director General, I told the Director General that there is a lot of corruption involved in it, and I want to be ethical. I am leaving the service after this posting. I don't want to become unethical and all that. He said, I know that you are ethical, that is why I posted you there. You better go there and you wipe out all the corruption, he said. I came back and confronted the Reiki master whom I approached. I said, you said you are doing Reiki for getting the posting cancelled, but it did not get cancelled. She said, what we do is, Reiki do the best. So, if your posting order is not cancelled, going to Pathankot is best for you. That is the interpretation she gave me. And actually, Lakshmi Madam has taken only the 1 and 2 levels here. The 3 and 4 levels she took in Pathankot from a Reiki master who was available there. So probably in her, in the interest of my family, probably the posting did not get cancelled. In retrospect, we will have to connect and analyze like that. But the point is that even if we have faith in something, that may not really help us. That in Pathankot only, in fact, Lakshmi Madam was attending Brahmakumari Center for the right from 1990, and I am narrating a story of 2004. In 2004, all these years when she has to go for the Brahmakumari Center, I used to drive her to the center and go away. I never stepped into the center, I didn't want to get into it. However, she was telling me what good that gives us, Raja Yoga gives us and all that. But I was not interested, I was not getting connected at all. But while in Pathankot, there was a Brahmakumari center, and as usual I went to drop her. The sister there said, Bhai Sahab, aap thoda rukna. So I stayed. That was a Krishnastami day or something, and they were having some celebration. She said, sir, you are the chief guest today, you light this lamp. So I can't reject that. So I said, started lighting the lamp. She didn't tell me that you come, you join Raj Yoga, you do this thing or anything. She only told me that you are doing so much service to Baba for the last 14 years that you have become a carrier for dropping your one of the disciples of Baba. So all that good will be coming to you through Baba's blessings, she said. Anyway, the way she spoke, at times it is the way we communicate also. No? You go to the best doctor, his communication is not good. You will come back and tell me that your doctor is not good. But at the same time, if you go to a bad doctor also, bad means he may not be very popular doctor, but his communication may be too good, and with communication only you will feel alright. It is something like that, and that communication sounded too good. And I started interacting with her. That was my this thing with Brahma Kumari. But I didn't want to, it is not like joining them. But for problems and all, if you go to them, the solutions they were giving, when we came back here and we were going to Rajgavan and Panjavota, the solutions I liked. Because they are a third party, they don't have the bias for the problem which we are telling. And because there is no bias, they give a solution. At times the solutions work, at least they give us the mental peace. Just like the peace that we get by doing meditation or anything. You may do Raja Yoga meditation, you may not do Raja Yoga meditation. But this counseling itself, it gives, even counseling also has the meditation effect only. That is where the Pathankot was incidental in my getting attracted to all these things. I had to go to Delhi on some visit, and the army unit to which I went on duty, they arranged a visit to ISKCON Delhi. I went to ISKCON, and that day they said you go through the Aarti, and I was impressed with that. The feeling of goodness is what attracts us to these things. While in Pathankot, all these things happened when we are in Pathankot only, the place where I didn't want to go. Some colleague of ours one day he told me, do you listen to J.R. Rao? I said, I don't know who is J.R. Rao. Then they said, every day in the night at 9:30, you will get J.R. Rao, and J.R. Rao is, she teaches Bhagavad Gita. We started listening to that, and I don't know, any of you heard J.R. Rao speaking about Bhagavad Gita, but very impressive. She analyzes, she doesn't speak in that Sanskrit meaning or anything. She applies it to our daily life, and she relates the slokas and the intent of sloka to what is happening in the daily activities. So we got introduced to J.R. Rao, then we attended the J.R. Rao sessions in Hyderabad also. Till I went there and I went through this magazine. I was also having the same impression that media is giving the picture about Osho. But there, when I went to pick up some magazines in the stores, these Osho Times magazines used to come there, and people were buying the Osho Times also. I started picking up the Osho Times and reading. But I found they are all well written, and I was surprised there. I found 18 volumes of commentary written on Bhagavad Gita by Osho. For each chapter he has written a volume. Generally we have Bhagavad Gita, we have one compiled book only, one volume only we will be having. For every chapter he has written a volume. So the picture that media gives about anything, not only Osho, is maybe true, may not be true, but we get influenced by the picture that is given to us by media. We should have our own judgment also, I felt. But I read a lot of Osho after that, and there are several good things that can be, whether they can be practiced or not. There is a feel-good factor in what is written, whether it is written by Rajneesh only or his ghostwriters or whatever, that is immaterial. But because the name of Osho is there, there is a feel-good thing about the writings, and I got introduced to that also. But all these things I was touching, I was experiencing for some time, but I was not getting totally involved or getting to know what they do more than this or other things, and I was not discounting all the media that tells about these people. Because post-retirement, I had to get from the government sector, I have to join the private sector. So I engaged myself in training. I became CEO of a hospital, but while I am the CEO, I went through all these trainings. I became a faculty and all that. And that is where another friend told me, you try art of living. I didn't stop. I went to art of living also. I did the basic course. They said you go for advanced course also. I said for advanced course, if you do it in Bangalore, he said. I said if Sri Sri Ravi Shankar is there, I will do it. But they said there is no guarantee that he will be there. If you guarantee only, I will do it, otherwise I won't do it. Anyway, I was called as a speaker to one of the conferences in Delhi, and in the same conference, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar was called as a guest and he gave a talk, and he got us do the Soham meditation in the conference hall there. That way I did Soham meditation as told by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. But that also I used it during that phase only. And I did not go for the advanced training. They asked me to become a teacher in AOL. I said I am not getting connected. Similarly, the connect is the point which I want to tell also. While I was the CEO of Premier Hospital, I got an offer from Rameswar, my home Rameswar. He was the advisor for GS Swami. And they were constructing, before the statue and all came, 2014. They were constructing a hospital there. They said, you come and take over this hospital and see the project, then you establish the operations and all that. Whatever fee you want, they will give you. And they said that you will have to stay here only, and if you are willing, tomorrow we will arrange the meeting with G.R. Swami. So I came back and I told them I am not joining. Then I didn't directly speak to Rameswar. Through a mediator he was speaking to me. He told him that what is he expecting per month? You just ask him and get him here. So I said it is not the question of what I am expecting and what you are giving. I don't get connected to G.R. Swami. So unless in organizations like this, like Satyasai Medical Center in Puttaparthi or Whitefield, or Ma Amritanandamayi Center in Kochi. Most of them I found they are followers of the Guru. The doctors, paramedics, nurses, everybody, they are followers of Ma. And in Whitefield also, doctors are all volunteers. There is a long list of doctors who want to serve there. They believe in what Baba does and all that. So that kind of a connect I cannot have with G.R. Swami. I may listen to him, I may attend some congregation or something, but I don't have the connect, so I don't want to go there. The connect is most important on all these things. Because astrology, I mentioned to you that couple of occasions I have gone to astrologer also. Astrology also, when I go to the astrologer, two things I keep in mind. The astrologer, if it is not my father and somebody else, they may ask us to go do some ritual. That ritual may be costly. And they may tell us, you wear this ring or something. After all that, you must be prepared to do that. Then only you go to the astrologer. After that also, the focus should not be on the outcome. That is how I go to the astrologer. We may have what he predicts, may happen, may not happen. But going to the astrologer will temporarily calm our mind and bring some balance to the mind. It is the mind that imbalances us in most of these situations. You have seen me going through all these things. I went to Brahma Kumaris, I have read through Osho, this, everything. There was a friend of mine. So I believed in him, and he said, why should you be CEO of a hospital? You can be the owner. You better invest in a hospital. So I believed in him, and I thought I can also do some community service if I have my own hospital and make the healthcare affordable to the public. So I thought of doing it. I went there. But what happened was, within 6 months, I came to know that he is not dependable. So I was having problems in the investment. He was not bringing any investment, and all the investment was only mine. And all the revenue that is coming, it was not going to the bank. So when I found that there is no, I will get tarnished, my name will get tarnished. I am also empaneled with Quality Council of India by then. So I thought I cannot go through that situation. I coolly came out. I invested about 1.5 crore. He gave me, when I told him that I am leaving, he gave me a promissory note. There is a witness signature on it. He gave me 2 blank checks of HDFC. Till today, I have not deposited him in the bank. I did not ask him. I once or twice I just asked him what is happening. Every month he said he will give me some money. He never gave me any money. But I just told myself when I am decided to walk out of the project that I am not going to ask him. If it comes to me, it will come to me. If it is good money that I have invested, it will come to me. I told myself. I did not get it back. And till today, I have gone out of communication. And people asked me to, one astrologer told me that as per your horoscope, if you put any case on somebody, you will be the winner. So you put a case on him. But I didn't listen to that astrologer, because if you put a case, it will drag on for 20 years. I may not be living also by the time that comes out. So I just left it. But what gave me strength to all this, I don't know. Maybe because I have gone through all this, it gave me some balance of mind, and I didn't want to get into that rut, and I just left it. Mantra. One astrologer, of course, that astrologer is a close friend of my son-in-law in US, and we didn't go for a consultation, but he just asked me out of interest that what is your date of birth and all that. Then he said next 10 years is a roaring period for you. You will do extraordinarily well in your profession and all that. But that was in 2009, post-retirement. I just listened to him, but he said, if your stars say that you will have to succeed also, you will have to work for it. You will have to think about it. You will have to manifest it. See, you are going to do well financially means you should think that you are going to become rich. You put a target for your richness and things like that. Or you want to get a job in Singapore, you manifest that it will happen. And he gave me a mantra. Of course, I didn't have the belief to use that mantra. You recite it 108 times. I told him that I may not be able to recite it 108 times. Then he told me, you do it 21 times. When I was not responding for the 21 times, he told me, just do it 11 times. I felt ashamed actually. He said, you give me the mantra. He said, I will send it to you. And he did send me the mantra. I didn't want to read it also. We have all gone through COVID, and COVID only brought me very close to many people in this community, because I was here in COVID. COVID is the time I joined Ramdev Rao hospitals. In COVID, I went through some difficult mind challenges. I couldn't control my mind. One day I wanted to test this mantra. And I just recited it 21 times. And the hurdle that I was facing, that vanished. I can't attribute the mantra, but somehow, then I thought maybe this, he said the correct thing, and this mantra has that kind of this thing. Then there was another situation. Again, then I started reciting it 21 times. When I get up from the bed, 21 times you recite that mantra. I followed that. Second time I tried it. Second time also I succeeded. Then I thought this mantra has the magic. Of course, now I told him that I cannot do 108 times. Now I am able to do it 108 times also. But suppose I miss doing it, my mind does not bother me that you did not do that and something bad will happen. That kind of a situation is not there. But most of the days I keep doing it. Some of the times the mantra works. Some of the times Reiki does the best kind of a thing. So mantra also has some power. All the kinds of, these are all the tools and techniques to get over your mind, I feel. Because here, there is a Roman philosopher and emperor, he says, mastery over one's own mind shapes the quality of one's life. This is a sample of the variety of books that I read. I also read J.K. I also read Aurobindo. I went to Aurobindo Ashram also. Madanapalli I wanted to go, but I didn't go to Madanapalli. But all these things, they leave something in our mind. When we go through the book, when you listen to someone, when you see a video or something like that, and all these things, they have their own effect on our mind. The healing that the mind requires may come from one of them. It may not be that only one. Well, of course, those who believe in it will join that, wear that attack, follow that discipline which they give it to us. But doing all this is only meditation, I think. That is what Osho tells. Every activity that you are doing can transform into a meditation, and that way, that activity may help calm down your mind. Meditation is calming down one's mind only. Photography is one of my hobbies. Of course, we selected somehow 4th as the day for managing the mind and the meditation and all that. 4th also is selected by Paramahansa Yogananda, 4th to 6th. They are running a meditation online and they are asking people to join. And 4th also, the Sister Sivani has selected for giving some mind meditation management lectures in Pune. I don't know. 4th is related to meditation or something. This is how we do it. This is a picture taken by me. Thank you very much for your experience. 45 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Andarki namaskaram andi. So enough is said and had about sir, so I don't have to repeat anything. But I would like to share that apart from a resident of the community, I feel specially connected to sir because we are from the forces. He is from the Indian Army and I am happy to be from the Indian Air Force. So I really feel delighted and I am proud that somebody from our forces is such a big personality in the community, is a kind of celebrity here. So, what is the importance of armed medical forces in the defense forces is very important, sir. Unless until somebody is fit, medically fit, if you have to fight the battle, you have to be fit. So, to keep us fit, they are the force behind us. Without them, we cannot fight the battle. So I enjoyed this session actually. While speaking, when you took the name of Pathankot, virtually I went back into my Air Force life. Because Pathankot is the maximum, one of the longest stay in my Air Force life. I stayed there for about 7 years. So you took me back into my Air Force life, sir. And while speaking, he gave the examples of how tough his life is, at times very tough, how one love in the forces. But we never feel regret for that actually. In fact, we enjoy. So as a personally, I feel that best part of phase of my life is Air Force life is only. So thank you very much, sir. So on behalf of everybody, I salute, sir. Thank you.
So we had a very interesting talk from you. Before asking my question, still actually a profession of doctors is a service oriented, is a service, and working in army, the doctors are great. Like working in army is great. A doctor working in the army is yes, saluted. You deserve all praise because that's really a great service you have done. Now, my question is, we on the first part of your, not the second part, in your career, we do here, today, hospitals are plenty, multi-specialty hospital, multi and all. So, it's very easy to get. In the army where you are posted in a remote place, there must have been number of occasions where you felt that you have been the life-saving service to so at least narrate one such incident which will touch our heart. Can you?
I have the instant, but I am consuming time, I think. For the, I told you I went for that long road patrol medical cover in Peer Panjal ranges. So, on the second day, we were at a height of 12,000 feet, and there we had our lunch, and from that we have to go to a base camp at 7,000 feet height. We took about 4 hours to travel that distance and reach the base camp. We will be halting the night at that base camp and then move for a place called Shinglepur, which is about 90 kilometers from Srinagar. We will be ending our trekking there. When we stayed there overnight, morning we got a wireless call. In the previous halt, there was a BSF post, and there were Jawans, and they gave us the food that day, the lunch they gave us. From that BSF post, we got a call that one of the Jawans is having severe pain abdomen, and they want us to, because they know that a doctor is there, he wants to get the consultation. My troop commander said, he is Colonel Mago, he is from Ordnance, he said that we have all, because army always informs, communication is done as to when we are leaving and all that. En route, if we are delayed en route, something might have happened, they think. So he said we cannot wait, and we are getting ready, and we'll have to go. This is the message he has given them. We were getting ready, and we took about maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour to all of us to get ready and start moving. We were having the breakfast. I heard some sound of footsteps. What is it? So many footsteps are coming towards us, like a bunch of people are rushing to us. Then one of the Jawans came in and said, "Sir, 4 Jawans are carrying another Jawan and they are bringing him here." From the BSO post, which we took 4 hours, in the last 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, because he is in severe pain, they carried him and they brought him here. Then I had to examine him, and I thought that the way he was describing the pain, groin to loin pain we call it, I thought he was having some urinary calculus or something. It's a renal colic. Those days we were giving Baralgon. In the army protocol is we give Anil, we used to get 5 ml ampoules, and what is told to us is 2.5 ml to be given IM and 2.5 ml to be given IV. Actually, nowadays, if we come with pain, they say don't send him to ultrasound, because if you give Baralgon, the pain gets masked and diagnosis becomes difficult. So I did the same thing, no mantra. I give the 5 ml of Baralgon, and by the time we said we are ready to move, he was feeling alright. Then he tells me, he was in tears. He says his family is in Vijayawada. When he got the pain, he thought that he will die and he will not see the family. And he fell on my feet saying that you saved my life. I didn't do a miraculous surgery or anything. I thought it was renal colic, gave him Baralgon. But that moment is really long lasting. I was thinking if we did not pass through that area that day, and for him the nearest is Gulmarg. They have to go from there to Gulmarg, and what would have happened to this boy, I was thinking. So such moments there will be there, but this is a very lasting one, and it so happened he is from Vijayawada, then I spoke to him Telugu. That gave him a lot of reassurance. This is the moment I can say.
Sir, in everybody's life, there will be times when we are having to distinguish between head and heart. Something head tells, something heart says no or yes. You have narrated one incident where you have taken the advice from heart, not head. Joining the army later and continuing to being in the army. So like that, in general, what is your advice and what is your take on that? Head and heart, who wins?
Heart is the correct one. I can tell you an instant for that also, but I don't want to tell now. You have to go by your heart only.
Thank you, sir. So you are saving the soldiers, sir. So like it's great honor to have you.
వ్యూస్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్లో లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి.